Thank you.
This comes down like right here.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess.
Bro.
Hello, sir.
And you're still ugly as...
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer
dog.
Hey,
You make it sound like...
people will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
I'll leave you.
You don't know shit.
Welcome back.
I can't say I have.
Hey, I told you, you were the only other...
Hint required.
Goodbye.
Am I missing someone? Oh, over there. Maybe I need to go talk to him more.
I didn't deserve this.
I'm certain we shall meet again. Would you be so kind as to leave the room?
Because the bartender won't leave if I chase her out, right? Alright, man. I want the
I
truth.
spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I think she's
suspect
hiding
that
something
someone
more
else
than the
was in it,
bartender.
And I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Oh, yeah. Why are you so
Why are
afraid?
you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk as usual. My God, is
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered...
I see. Thank you for your...
You just discovered a hint. It reveals a secret about a citizen or someone related to them. Detailed citizen is a vampire. You need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the XP you will earn if you feed on the citizen. Unlock hints. Increase the amount of XP. Yep. Tom and William Bishop used to be good friends.
Not long ago, this...
I think I can get anything more out of him.
You again.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Who is he?
William, just an old sailor who loves his gin too much.
How was he tonight? Was he
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He wa...
Is he dangerous?
I didn't mean to skip that one.
Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. Can barely stand up most of the time.
Barely stand up most of the time.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What'd you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
Damn it. I think drink no longer.
Alright. Inspect the boats. Already kind of been out at the boats, man. Restrict this.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city.
But this blood wasn't here before. It's bullshit.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. What's this? Some sort of note.
The note is the first thing, obviously. Fridwin orders. Object. Multiple deaths in docks region. We believe a nasty leech is involved. Locate the beast, purge it, and quickly. Move my mouse out of the way. It's a cool symbol. Warning, according to the recent reports, this vampire is very violent. Approach with extreme caution. I know we lack men in this part of town, but we don't send rookies to investigate the case. If I'm correct, we've got a frenzied one killing each night. As always, search abandoned places first, like old houses, basements, sewers, or warehouses. Destroy the Leech Brothers. Okay, so
These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters.
the wounds
This
don't
corpse
look
has
like
been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim.
doesn't look like damn.
This man was armed. He tried to defend
It looked like a
himself.
bear attacked him.
Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker.
Yep. I think it's time to move on.
There are bloodbaths on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
I'm really bad at the combat in this game. Alright, now we're in. That's okay. Whatever. It said press F out of combat to like sneak around, and it didn't do it at all. Maybe it's like a button it's not telling me. Q is to walk. You have to hold it, or B to toggle it. Those should be the same button. Enemy lock. Melee attack, ultimate. Okay, so there's not a sneak button. It's not a thing. Maybe I should have just walked then, I guess. I feel like I'm constantly running, but I'm never like running. But there's a walk and there's like a jog. Like would have walking helped me? You think? I don't. Let's just. Now that's how you fight. Alright, ranged weapon. Oh, I found some bullets, I guess. Oh, do you have to like equip it? That was pretty sick, actually. I like how I took him out. Alright, nothing up here. There it is. I still don't have, like, a gun, though. You know what I mean? Got the little thing. I keep fidgeting with it. Where do you think I put it in my main hand? Can you even put it in your main hand? No. Forgot. What? How do you... Okay, so it's C. Okay. Can I reload? Why C, bro? Okay, that's how you open stuff. Okay, I guess I can get used to it. So he's resistant to gunshots. That's ranged. Oh my god, you can pop it up and down. I don't know how much I could have done that better. I mean, other than like just dodging stuff. No, just.
There's safer places to be than here.
You right. What about the other one? See, now it does it. It's weird. I can't just like switch back and forth randomly.
We won't see any of these bastards back here again. Stupid! He's done for!
shot him 3 fucking times. Just bah, bah. I forgot that I didn't have my fucking... Oh, that was silly. Ooh. Shotgun? I actually like the shotgun a little better. Because I want it to be like a combo thing with my melee weapon. Not just like an independent weapon that I have in my offhand. Okay, throwing shotgun. Anybody out there? Hey man. There's a lighting glitch right there. I don't know how to stop it. It's at every hideout. Very annoying. Still haven't gotten a chance to buy anything. So, oh, this is just recyclable. Okay. Okay, this. Can upgrade this though, which I'm gonna do. Venom shard. There we go. So naive.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it.
I picked up that
The scent
entire
is so
med
strong
rod.
it makes me dizzy.
The smell of what makes me. Those seem pretty cool. So circle the docks. The entire fucking docks. Scythe is kind of badass. How do I do that?
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Oh, is this a boss fight?
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Did him without getting hit, bro. I swear I'm really bad at this game. Did I ever? Oh no, it just takes 2 hands. There it is. There we go.
William, please, stop.
I don't know.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
We knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor.
He's
You're
gone, bro.
suffering from shock.
Yeah.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have
Damn, she just called me a baby.
You are the woman from the bar.
She just called me
Are you
baby back
like me?
bitch.
Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Yeah, I think you should follow her. Whatever. Can we get some new clothes, man? Please?
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help.
Cool.
Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
What the fuck are you doing with that wheel?
Was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
Yes, sir. Go with a good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well.
Damn.
The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Bud, do you not understand that you're a fucking vampire?
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
I always play like the first quarter of this game and then give it up. I'm hoping I can actually finish it this time. With some sheer determination and willpower. I will say it looks really good still. I mean, there's a, like, when he sucks the blood of Mary or whatever, it's kind of silly, just kind of like rubbing his face on her neck.
Where are we headed?
But
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal.
I think
They'll
it's,
have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
it still looks really fucking
William
good.
was...
Good as
what
eyes.
manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea.
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book.
Oh,
The
should I just
beginning of a
get
beautiful
my microphone?
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King Country. and will be
Finally
joining
got a
us
new
in
shirt.
Pembroke.
Thank
We're
God.
very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes.
I love how we're just letting her take up the man.
Pembroke,
I guess she's a nurse, but still.
we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink.
Oh,
If you have
she's
any
just,
questions,
she's
just
going
ask
upstairs.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea,
Welcome
immediately.
aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
I'll live. I'll live. Alright. I'm gonna try to turn on VSync, actually. This is starting to get annoying. General, let's turn it off. Thank you. That should help. Yeah, that helps a lot, actually.
You can do better than that. Nah. It's my turn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
You just killed a guy.
Thanks, Clay Cox.
What do we do here?
Appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
I only get 500. The blood quality indicates how much XP you will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you get. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to memorize them. To lead them out of sight of others, you memorize them. I don't want to. He has 4 hints. I don't want to kill him yet. I know he just killed a guy. I'll probably end up killing him, but there's no point in killing him now. I'm not sucking his blood. I'm not killing him. I don't want to kill him.
Bring this fading light into the shadows.
No.
Dance with him the dance of life and death.
I'm taking him to the hospital. I want his information. Follow the red trail to lead your prey into the shadows. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. Taking him to the hospital. We're going to the hospital. Hey guys. Hey guys. Alright. I mean, he has 4 hints. How are we supposed to get those hints? What's the point of even being able to show us that? If we can't get them. I mean, I get this is how you do this, but I don't want to murder him. Maybe we don't have to kill him. This is so fucked up. I mean, he is a murderer. My eyes going? Look at my eyeballs. Okay, the ritualistic. Press to embrace Claycox or spacebar to release him. Embracing Claycox will provide a max XP, but be aware there will be consequences learning that. I'm gonna release him.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Just gonna sit down. Alright.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Oh, the voices in my head didn't like that. Alright. I'm pretty sure the last time I killed him and I regretted it. I'm gonna talk to him first. See what I can do.
Did I black out? Whoa, I feel giddy.
It's not gonna let me talk to him. He feels giddy. Which means you can't talk to him. I'm right here.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Shut up!
Found a wounded man by
Shut
the
up,
corpse.
nurse.
He answers to the name
Yeah,
of
Mark
Clay
Blair.
Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds. That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Cool.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the 2nd floor with your name on the door.
Sweet, an office.
Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Thanks. I have a few questions.
I would like to ask if...
How's Mr. Hampton? Where's my room?
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in.
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was...
Right in a state of shock.
If you could point me in the direction...
2nd floor.
Okay.
What kind of man?
Well, you accepted the job from him.
Just better.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows...
You'll get to know him soon enough.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most...
Alright.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Nothing important. We gotta get all the hints from all the peeps.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed.
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember...
Oh my god, you can memorize anyone? Oh no, I only have one hitherto.
How is the situation?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful.
Awful.
We lack everything.
Awful.
And it's getting worse every day.
It's fucking awful.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It
Sounds like you've had like a dog.
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped from the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Cool,
Are
smuggling
you
weapons.
really smuggling weapons through?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my...
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
I guess so. Yeah, that's everything in there. Personal questions. I need hints for everything.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reluctant...
I kind of want this. Usually there's a bunch of stuff. Ooh, there's a lot of talking that's gonna happen. No, they're not. I require hints for a lot of his dialogue. I didn't get to do much.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed.
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
And why do you believe you're a...
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Okay.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
Did not mean to skip that.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here.
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies.
I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned?
Who are these enemies, bitch? Crazy bitch.
I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Whatever. Who are you really?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft?
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before
minds, you see?
I'll leave you.
What? Oh, that is the hint.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Oh, this is an important thing. No need for such amnesty. Medical checkup. Press F for details. No. Animosity. My bad. He seems like a cock. Like, I'm dead, bro. Alright.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since you're...
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us
He's on the hit list.
for experimentation.
Just write his name
here to
down.
be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
I don't fucking like you. You're a cock.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have
Prove
already
myself,
proved my
bitch.
value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
I have saved many lives.
My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That's exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
True. War never changes.
Thank you.
I would not have said thank you for your time, but stuck to you.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
I think I already have talked to you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see.
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed. So I can...
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter. And a good one, too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr.
Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to...
I won't lie to you about it.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
I don't know about the blood transfusion thing. Personal question. You know, his.
Goodbye.
Always knew the words to calm me. As for me, blundering idiot.
Good evening, madam.
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me?
Not much to say.
Try to skip through all the filler.
I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Alright. Are you that rich?
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes. Thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Okay.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women.
What do you think of your reception?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Yep, probably. Tell me about your arrival.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you?
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question,
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye.
Harry the nurse?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
No.
Really? Why
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here.
Yes.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer.
Okay.
How painful is your throat, mister?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Tell me about it.
I don't want to talk.
Okay.
How
So painful.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this
Spit it out,
is a bad
boy.
hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed.
Is your mother bothering you?
As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my...
Okay, that's it.
I have to...
Doctor, I will not let you down.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working
Get talked to,
Dr.
bruh.
Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me?
I'm a great admirer of your work.
What made you choose?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn.
Alright.
I'll be glad to help.
Alright.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Probably.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me.
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories at first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare, precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. I'm not smiling now.
Do you need help with it?
Well, yes, maybe.
Do you want me to play the errand boy?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Collecting autumn missions.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that...
Isn't that right behind him?
You should put your
Does he have
differences
black hair?
aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Alright. Here's my questions.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Oh shit.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Just freaking out.
Goodbye.
I'm quite busy right
Yeah, this is accurate.
Thank you.
We were literally talking about him right in front of his fucking face.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding?
Good evening. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague?
Not anymore, sir.
What do you mean, you used to?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
I need to talk to the nurse, and I need to talk to Fedek. Oh,
Have we met?
I don't think so.
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels.
An interesting
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned
Why is
to
everyone a
face
medic
death
during the
and
war?
the death of others.
Like everything.
It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself. How did you get... After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place.
Do you work here?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
A pawnbroker?
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind.
Who comes here to trade with you?
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been
What kind?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But
Please show.
Of course. It's just
Is that a waste of money?
It's locked.
Maybe.
cannot enter.
Sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
What's this? Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors, and they told us that the Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He maybe asked for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is guaranteed. I'm sorry, I refused to pay first. And I realize now that it's an important thing that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in the clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nikolai. Okay, so now I have to talk to him. In the name of mercy, they depend on you. Nurses are needed now. Inquire the nearest. Anyone I don't know? Yeah, I gotta talk to you. Why would you lie?
Good evening, Mr.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey.
Come on.
Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
There's only one more hint before I should drain him. I'll probably drain him afterwards, though. If I want to.
Could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Oh, damn.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
I understand, but...
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have.
How are your children after...
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Goodbye for now.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
I gotta talk to you.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Oh, I didn't get it. Cure with treatment. Okay, so then it was the guard out front. Let me out.
I
only other person I got anything else on. Ah, shit. More.
They belong to you now.
The life running in.
Good evening, sir.
Unless you're here to fix my face.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon.
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you?
Is nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Where were you stationed, sir?
I really don't want to...
No offense. I was pushing too much.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you.
So do you let her bite you?
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally...
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. I'm frank.
Alright,
for now.
goodbye. Don't know why that happened. Ew.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton.
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and...
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little...
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Your presence.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you? You're a hero.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Horcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton.
Or
I'm just
fool.
a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Something like that.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
People are still in dis-
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long. You know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint. Not even criminals.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Dooth Digby.
So Clay Cox is a mob boss? Or gang boss? Gang leader?
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton?
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
I'm like a priest.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton?
I feel exhausted. Beyond it.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is
Why does everyone run off blood?
Then I can go back to the people who need me.
Have you made friends?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the dock.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many.
Goodbye, mister.
It's locked.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Goodbye. Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised. But I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research.
I'm not familiar with all the...
Brilliant professionals, most of them.
Most of them? Is there a problem?
It would be inappropriate for me.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Is there any...
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
How are...
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun.
Do you think this hospital...
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nerve...
An invisible enemy?
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Goodbye, Nat.
Alrighty, I think that's it. I'm gonna go sleep.
Not now.
Okay, ass face. We'll take that. Thomas Elwood, male, age 28. Notes: the patient's face has been heavily burned. Just like his file. Can't craft anything. Yeah, I'll get the same one. Hey, this is me.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes.
Yep, that's why I
Relegated
gave
to
it
the
to you.
shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Yeah. Let's better that article and echelons at the best supernatural speed, matters and blood awareness. Oh, so this is us. Glass vial.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Can we give it some fucking water? Why does it just have to die, man?
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise.
Dear Jonathan, I asked North Crane to secure an officery on the second floor. Please forgive the Astor decoration, but Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. I also give orders to let you rest, and for the staff to never enter your room. You will be able to sleep all day without being disturbed and work without raising any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You'll also notice there is an open window with a scaffolding that allows you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing this all must be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough of your species to understand what you must be facing and feeling. Be assured I will do. I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. Know you're not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you. These dark times we are all presently facing. Hope by future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk soon. Yours sincerely, P.S. I have a copy of some of the notes concerning what I have discovered.
I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have
So do I shoot myself in the chest every time I go to sleep? Or... Defensive. Level 4 required. Damn. I can't get any of those. I can get hard biting. Increase the damage inflicted when using bite in combat. Yep. Alright, I want both of these. Blood capacity, increase your blood absorption when using bite in combat. Oh, now I can get this? Is this passive? No, this is just a defensive thing. You create an invisible variable. You will block your target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless. I like Invisible Barrier, bro. And then cartridge bag, increase the number of bullets you can carry. You can now carry 3 serums on you. Increase your blood capacity. I think increase our blood capacity. Just I have 5 XP now.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door.
It's locked, all right.
Hey, bitch. Who are you?
Good evening, Nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently...
Well, it's a euphemism.
How long?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a
Shaky, shaky.
result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the...
Well, not well.
I'm
Milton, the
into
ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Insane. Why especially practitioners?
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Why is Milton?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Is that all the details? Milton's reputation.
How would you describe...
It's serious. The flu is wreaking.
The group, the Spanish flu won't last forever.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse?
It's not.
What if in the end, nobody was spared?
That's the group.
You must get up.
Sorry, I'm exhausted.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
It's locked.
Long letter? Okay, I'm not reading the long letter. I'll do that later.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
So, I know it sounds crazy, but I like the steak and how it plays, so. Damn. Owie. Hi. 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 I'm being a vampire. There's a lot of relationships in this game, and you like gather hints and stuff on people, and then you get to decide if you want to murder them or not.
Relationship?
So,
Yeah.
Are you fucking bitches? Without me?
I don't know yet. There might be some.
What?
There might be some fucking.
Oh my god. I don't remember what I
But like you literally gather details on him. Like this guy charges people for beds in a hospital. Like and he smuggles weapons through the hospital. But it's also World War II in France.
Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Is that it? Keep seeing shiny things. Bring back the wallet to its owner. Frick that, man. The frick? Oh, well. So, the thing about it is, I'm about to die. Does that barrier stay on there forever? If I cast it. Duration 5 seconds. No. Like. I don't think I like this anymore. Switch it out for the bludgeon. I can't craft. Someone tells me there's for real gonna be some enemies in here. And I'd like to not be on the brink of fucking death before I see them, but I think I'm just gonna be on the brink of death before I see them. They didn't give you a way to block. So it's just like all attacking and dodging, really. It's not... really doing the things with the stuff. Oh yeah, I can't do that. I need...
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. It's the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. That key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Yeah, well, we need to focus on drinking blood. That means if we can, we need to walk on. I keep being dumb.
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
I can't go through there. Okay. Can I go through either one of these? This door is locked.
It's locked, all right.
Alright, let's go. Let's go up. Checking out the entire hospital. Not just one little bit. Watery root, rich blood sample. I guess he just reloads it whenever the fuck he deems it necessary to reload it. Alrighty then. Where's been unlocked because I'm a badass.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals.
Sick. To be honest, can I upgrade the SIG? I can't upgrade it here, can I? No. Lame. Nom 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 nom. They're not very smart. That's for sure. There's another one over there. Out of pills. I'm gonna put my phone on the charger. I don't even think I have a mic. Oh, I do have a mic on this one. Cool. Charge him while we go. it back. You just slide that up. Just like so. And then you start live scene. I'm right back at it. Like nothing even happened. Breaker box. Used listed knife? Blood absorb. You just acquired a new type of offhand weapon. Equip it and press to directly absorb blood. Ah? Let's try it out. If I hate it, we hate it. Local investigation. A new citizen investigation is available. Districts. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with bringing the wallet back to its owner. Okay, so yeah, these are like the quests for everyone. And I only have a bunch in here because I talked to everybody.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
We'll see. Because now that's 2 slashy slash weapons, and if it bugs off the stun, then I don't want to do it. Just not, like, it's hard to do combat right now without that like little bit of stun you have. Oh. Better walk. Oh, has he noticed? Oh, that's fine. Dogs. Doggies. I got dogs in the background. It's Halloween. They're gonna bark. I'm so sorry. This looks like a boss fight, bro. Yep, there it is. I think I'm gonna die. Oh, I didn't die.
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger.
Yeah, no, we're definitely...
Blood is so tempting.
Hush up, bro. We're good. I'm only gonna kill the people I don't like, TBH. Like, the gang leader. I'm definitely gonna end up killing him, I just... And, like, sucking him dry, for sure. Just because he's kind of a cock. But I wanted to see what I could get out of him. He has 4 hints. I want to get all the hints and get... You know what I mean? I can make a serum. I can only make 1, though. For now, I'm gonna... Then I can get rid of somebody's fatigue. I can probably get something out of them. I'm just kind of waiting now. I don't fuck with it. What the fuck? Dude. There we go. I'm fine with this. Low blood is never a problem. Low health is always a problem. A doctor that gets his resources from the trash can. That's awesome. What just happened? No. Anything
Good
cool?
evening.
I
Need blood, Doctor. Warm.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not.
Oh.
How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantic?
No, Thomas is a dead man's soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I, Doctor.
I'll leave you.
Goodbye.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor.
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls? When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Kill it. So he has fatigue, Clay Cox has fatigue. I think we can give it to Clay Cox. mean, yeah, they said they were gonna pick him up, but... If not, it's definitely him that I want to give it to.
They belong to you.
This dead flesh needs it.
Where is he?
Good evening, sir. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Press E to check the medical status of a citizen. Healing a citizen will increase the blood quality. Remember with XP. The health status of the district will also improve. Which I have one.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir.
You are not a burden, sir.
And you have my gratitude.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
How painful.
So painful, I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Where is this thing?
So many deaths.
Let's start at this fully.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body. Biology's penultimate frontier.
The human
The more we
body.
explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
Yeah.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swan.
I scared you.
But my condition defies scientific categorization.
They
Undead?
were
Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
See that? Oh. You wanna play Black Rick Blood? You wanna watch us? Give me a second. Can I get details on what he just said? Can I just rewind the plot?
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Do you need some?
I have to.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
Nope, I got it. Look, bro, I understand where you're coming from, but I
you. What? Help the wifey. About your brotherhood.
You mentioned some...
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Damn it.
Since I'm the well, for many years we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as
Where do we stand?
But to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe.
Yeah.
Was he a vampire?
He was a Scarl, technically speaking.
The raptor?
The debate rages as to their classification.
It's okay, I
Some
was-
think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Mostly peanut butter there.
No, but it's still scary.
Yeah, I actually don't know where that's my candy. It's just
Oh, it's on that.
Is there wine to be had still?
Yes, and I'm gonna find a movie more. I want a scary movie.
That's not. I meant like in like a sexy OnlyFans way, not.
Brother. Ew. Hey, wait, I can't.
Mushrooms. It's not okay. I deserve to be punished. Jizz. Beetle. Fuck, are my candies out there? Savor it. I'm gonna find a save point.
How do scowls come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skull?
A Skull is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
No, actually bad.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires...
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
The sun. The morning following...
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
We'll see it.
Oh, cool. It uses an autosave feature, so it's probably saved right after that conversation, right? So instead of laying down, doing all that, just quit. It probably autosaved. Alright, slide over here. We're ending the stream, boys. We're ending the stream, boys. We're ending the stream. Stream ending. Ending stream. Stream ending.